Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, tonight we got to talk about that militia leader from down there on the border. Y'all know the one I'm talking about. He, uh, he got arrested. And then, apparently, in confinement, he got beat up. Now, in case you don't know the one I'm talking about, we're talking about the guy that allegedly introduced himself as a general. He was in charge of that little crew down there on the border that was snatching migrants as they were coming across the border, sometimes allegedly misrepresenting themselves as border patrol, sometimes allegedly pointing guns at people. We don't know if any of that's true. But the funny part is, that's not what he got picked up for. He got picked up on some old weapons charges, which is surprising to me. I don't understand it, so I got some questions. You know, I don't understand why he just didn't go through the process. The feds have an office for felons to send in an application and get their gun rights reinstated. Now, I understand that that office doesn't get the funding it should. In fact, it doesn't get any. And that going through this process is pretty much impossible. But it seems like he would be the sort that would, just get in line. Maybe I'm wrong. And the funny thing is, though, from what I understand, according to inmate.com, the rumor mill, the reason this incident occurred in jail when he got beat up really stemmed from him not adopting inmate culture. See, he didn't assimilate. But you know his sort. Always causing problems, always causing crime, never wanting to assimilate. The thing is, if he didn't want to adopt inmate culture, well, he never should have come, right? He should have just followed the law. That's what I think. But you know his type. You know what they're really after. You know what they're really about. He's just after the benefits. And there he is now, in the air conditioning, eating 3 meals a day, watching TV. We're paying for it all. It's a better life than he lived out there in the desert. What about those medical bills? For that assault? Who's going to pay for that? Who's paying for that? Us. Why should we have to pay for that? He's a criminal. Now, we don't know that. He hadn't been to court or anything, but the Fed said he was. Isn't that all it takes? We're not supposed to have judges, right? Just round them up. Don't need judges for this. I mean, that's what I heard. Can't remember who said that, though. Anyway, I'm making a lot of jokes here, but the reality is it is never funny when an inmate gets assaulted. It's really not. Jails, detention centers, and prisons are violent places. They are. There's a lot that needs to be addressed in our prison system. Good news, though, is that he's a real man. So I'm assuming he'll just stay and fix it. Funny thing is, I guess, the real funny thing, is that he did get his wall. He got his wall. And that wall was going to have an impact on him. Now, I looked at his case. Ideologically speaking, I can't say I think he deserves any real time for what he was charged with. There's no victim to it. But that's not the way our society works today, in large part because of people like him who are afraid of what people might do based on some irrelevant characteristic. And therefore people get locked up for a really long time. Or they're separated by a wall, a fence, a barrier. Now he's going to look at that wall and realize that all that separates him from freedom, from relative safety, from opportunity, is an imaginary line that somebody said he couldn't cross. That's it. I'm willing to bet that every day he dreams of escape. Dreams of getting out. Confinement can do one of two things to you. It can make you bitter, or it can make you better. And it is entirely up to the inmate. It is entirely up to how they react and how they respond to the situation they were put in. It's up to him. I really hope that it makes him better. I hope that he sees that wall and he actually starts to begin to understand what freedom is. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.